The following is brought to you in part by AT&T Digital Life, home security and automation.
Welcome back to the International Builders Show. I'm Heather Burdett with NextGenHomeTV.com. So we're walking around the show and we're looking for just interesting products, things that we could do in new construction or consumer applications or what have you. And we've stumbled across Dow, who's having a big party in their booth. I'm with Gary Parsons, and you were going to tell me A, why there's a party, and then B, what we need to know about what's new from Dow, right?
Yeah, absolutely, Heather. This is great fun. So our big party this year is 75 years of styrofoam. 1941 was the original discovery in a Dow physics lab in Midland, Michigan, and we've been at this for 75 years, adding energy efficiency to buildings all that time. So evolving into new systems for buildings, but based on very old technology that continues to evolve.
I gotcha.
75 years.
We're at 75 years of
Look
Dow.
around
You
the
heard
show
that.
and see how many other products you can find that have a 75-year history in the industry.
Well, I can tell you it has not been many at all,
Yeah.
and certainly nothing like this. So this is a wall assembly. That's what
Yep.
we're looking at today?
Yeah,
So what do we got here?
Okay, so Heather, what we're comparing here is two different ways that builders can build walls. So I live in Climate Zone 5, so it's cold climate construction. These would be two different wall assemblies that you might find.
Okay.
So we're kind of showing them together. So this is the most common way. Probably 70 or 80% of builders build this way. This wall assembly is a 2x6 stud with an R19 bad insulation, a layer of OSB, a layer of house wrap, and we're showing vinyl siding, which obviously is very common. So that's one way to build, and it's a very common way to build.
Okay.
The upper wall is a less common way to build, but we believe a preferred way to build. So this is now a 2x4 wall assembly with R13 bats,
Okay.
a layer of OSB again, and then an R5 1-inch layer of styrofoam, rigid insulation that encapsulates the entire enclosure on the outside. So this is known as a continuous insulation layer.
I see.
And what it does for you is a couple of things. One is it reduces the effect of thermal shorts. So studs leak heat more than insulation leaks heat.
Oh, interesting.
So yes, if I'm leaking heat here and I've got a layer of insulation on the outside of that, it reduces heat loss from studs. I don't
see.
have that down here.
Okay.
So you get thermal short effects. Here's the other thing you need to know. This stuff will warm up the cavity a bit, and I'll show you something in a minute that'll describe why that's important.
Okay.
So when you warm up the cavity has less potential for condensation. This surprises people though, because they're like, well, but wait a while. I'm told by house wrap manufacturers, and we're one, that walls need to breathe. They need to breathe so they can dry. So a typical house wrap wall, like this 2x6 house wrap wall, is a breathable wall section. But here's the problem. This doesn't provide any insulation. The house wrap doesn't provide any insulation. The OSB provides very little insulation performance. So what's the temperature of the OSB compared to the outside? It's going to basically run at outdoor conditions. The OSB in this case is now insulated by R5 styrofoam, so it stays warmer. It's not at outside conditions.
Okay.
So whereas the styrofoam is not permeable or breathable at all, it's got a 1 perm rating compared to most house wraps, which are anywhere from 5 to 60.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Okay.
They're breathable, all right. Water vapor will pass through them, but it doesn't necessarily stop condensation problems in the wall.
I see.
This does. It's warmer, but it's not breathable. It controls condensation in a different way. This tries to dry it out so it doesn't condense inside the cavity. This tries to create conditions in the cavity, or does create conditions in the cavity, where condensation doesn't happen. So it's a different approach.
So I
It
don't
has
need breathable
advantages.
walls if it's not condensing on the inside of the walls.
Exactly.
I got it.
Exactly.
Okay.
I
That
don't
makes
really
a lot
care
of
if there's
sense.
moisture in that wall cavity.
Right.
It's not going to condense.
Okay.
And it
so-
doesn't damage anything unless it condenses.
Right. Fascinating. So you were going to give us a demo of
Yes,
this actually?
so we'll look around on the other side, which will show you what goes on inside the wall.
Okay, come on around. Let's see. Right over here, you said?
Yes.
So this is my wall.
Yeah, so now
Okay.
we're looking at the inside of the house, just like I showed you what the outside was. Now,
so we have the-
just pretend like we're looking at the inside of the wall. Now, in this display unit, we have a refrigeration unit where we've taken these wall assemblies and we've exposed them to 0 degree Fahrenheit outdoor temperature on the backside of the assembly.
Okay.
So now I've got, this is my 2x4 wall with 1 inch of styrofoam on top of the OSB. And wouldn't you like to be able to open up your wall in your house and see what it looks like on the inside? Well, that's what we're going to do here.
Okay.
So here we go. Here's what you might find if you opened up your wall cavity. You would find there's my R13 bad insulation. Here's my layer of OSB. Here's my 2x4 studs. Here's my styrofoam. We've got a cutaway so you can feel the styrofoam. Now remember, on the other side of the styrofoam, it's 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Put your hand on that.
Okay.
Is that cold?
feels like room
Feels
temperature.
pretty much room temperature, doesn't it? Yeah, so that's why this is a little cooler, right? There's a little heat transfer going on in the wood components, so it's a little cooler, but
That's
that's
actually
still not
noticeably
cold.
cooler. I can tell
It
that
is.
there's a cooler back there, but I can't
Right.
feel it here. I'm
Isn't
only
that
feeling it
amazing?
through the USB.
Yeah,
wow.
that's amazing.
Okay, that's
So,
amazing.
Insulation insulates.
Right.
Big surprise, right? So, all right, so now, remember the other wall now, which is like 70 or 80% of the builders build that way.
Right.
Let's see what that looks like.
Okay.
Here we go. Here's my wall cavity. It's 2x6, remember? So it's a thicker wall. Thicker walls must be better,
Right.
right? Well, maybe not. So put your hand on that.
I can already see the
Yeah,
frost.
what is that?
Look at that.
Yeah, exactly. We got a little bit of mold showing up. There's
Yeah,
a lot of
ooh,
moisture here.
yeah.
Now remember, both of these have the same outdoor conditions on them. 0 degrees Fahrenheit in both cases. They're both exposed to the same interior moisture content of the air. It's the same room conditions. By the way, remember we're in Vegas, so it's pretty dry.
Right.
And this is still going on.
That
So,
is unbelievable.
If I ask you now, would you rather have an impermeable wall with insulation on it or a breathable wall? What are you going to pick?
I would rather have an impermeable wall with insulation on it,
Thank
I think.
you.
Yeah. In fact, as a Vegas resident, I can tell you, certainly, I would absolutely rather have that.
There you go. So that's what we're showing.
Wow. Well, Gary, thank you so much. We
You're very
really
welcome.
appreciate that. That was an amazing demonstration.
Awesome.
And
Thanks for coming
congratulations.
by, Heather.
Our pleasure. Congratulations to Dow on 75 years of success.
Thanks.
Once again, from the International Builders Show, this is Heather Burdett for NextGenHomeTV.com.
How many times have you wished you could be in two places at once? Say hello to your new best friend, Nexia, the leading smart home system that lets you easily keep track of and control your home while you're on the go for business or fun. From turning on the lights as you pull into your driveway, sounding an alarm if a window is broken, or adjusting your home's temperature from your smartphone, Nexia always has you covered. Compatible with hundreds of products offered by some of the world's most trusted brands, you're free to choose what works best for you. The Nexia system is incredibly versatile. The simple DIY installation process makes it easy to add new components as you need them. With the power of Nexia, you can fully enjoy leading an active life, on the go, in the know, and in control.